Go, Chris, bring us in.
All right, everybody, welcome back to Standby. We're going to be talking about home defense.
Good old castle doctrine.
Sure, doesn't exist in California.
Actually, that's not true. It does.
It does, big time. It's actually more prevalent here in New York.
It was more of a question that I was like,
It does stand here.
Yeah, I mean, we've gone to burglars where people shoot at bad guys.
Yeah,
We're
idiot.
just like,
We'll get into it.
Good for you.
We'll get into it.
All right, anyway, let's jump into it. So,
Home defense.
Home defense. We're going to be talking about our opinions on it, what we use, maybe what we recommend.
How to
you
go
guys
about
use.
it. How
What
to
I
go
can
about it.
afford.
The letter of the law.
Yeah, what you need.
I think me
inside your home.
and Tony will probably
anyone
agree on one thing for sure, and that's you should have a UC. What is it?
USCCA.
USCCA. You should have a membership.
USCCA.
I have one.
I was thinking about that the other day.
I am a partner with USCCA.
Tony is and he helped me out getting mine, and
Got him squared away.
You need to have it. It helps me at work. It helps me in my personal life. You should have one.
Folks, we are even though I am a partner with them, this podcast is not sponsored by USCCA, but we definitely recommend you getting it if you plan on owning a gun at all.
Or
Well, yeah,
you
if I
live in
was-
an area where self-defense is something you plan on partaking in. You should have one.
everywhere.
They just cover your legal fees.
They cover every unlimited on your legal fees. So if you have $1 million in legal fees, they cover it all.
Right.
And
pretty good.
They help with-
they take
well,
care of it.
right.
They get you all the lawyers that you need, and it doesn't only go for just handgun, like a handgun. Like if you
punch a dude in
if
the
you
mouth.
punch someone, if you use pepper spray, if you like anything of that
Any
nature,
escalation of force towards another human being
they will cover it.
How
They
much
will
is
cover
that monthly?
depends on which membership you get.
I want the highest.
That's about 100 and, what is it, 125?
it. Yeah, I think it's 125.
125 is the highest.
That's not
For that much coverage, it's pretty good.
I'd be out there on the streets
all
getting
levels.
fights.
All levels are 100 are unlimited coverage.
When
all
I-
levels.
when
are.
I-
Fades on site.
I'd be looking
They
for
just
trouble.
they just well they changed it to unlimited. Is now unlimited.
It is now
It was
limited
a
to all-
million. It was up to $1 million.
Correct.
Now it's
They've
unlimited.
just recently changed it to unlimited.
Limited.
Legal fees. They will
Stand
not
by.
cover you civilly under certain cases.
Yes.
There's certain cases they won't.
Yeah, but as far as legal and certain civil lawsuits, they will cover you.
Yeah. And you have
100%.
it's nice. You have a nice little script on the back of your membership card you keep in your wallet. So if there's any law enforcement interaction, which there will be,
Call
they
them
they tell you what they tell
They
you
give
what
you
to do.
a whole breakdown of
It's an
what to
8-step.
say, and what to do.
And they have the
They
number
are
for their-
technically your lawyers at that point. You theoretically have them on
There's
retainer.
a big red number on the back.
have it on you?
I have it on me. There's a
Take
big,
a look at that.
There's a big,
I mean, well, not to sidetrack, but I'm curious.
It's a
we're
good- it's a
covered,
great
we're covered
thing.
under completely something different. So this is, I have no knowledge about USCCA member.
Yep. I got Phil taken care of because once
Yep.
again,
him and my brother
So
took care of us.
boom, you get into shooting. It says step one, right?
You go right there.
Call
I'm willing to
911.
I'm willing to cooperate with law enforcement, but I'm not answering any questions this time to my lawyer.
I'm going to read it verbatim here.
Okay.
I was attacked, feared for my life, and I had to defend myself.
Yep.
Nice.
Sounds about right.
When you go to court, they're going to bring that up.
Please send both police and an ambulance to this location. Not for me.
but not for me.
Call the critical response number 1-877 blah 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 blah. When responding officers arrive, comply.
That's the hardest
Comply.
part. That's the hardest
Yeah.
part for
Okay.
folks.
Comply, guys.
Follow all police instructions. Request medical attention if necessary. Silence. I will cooperate 100%. But first, I need my attorney. Do not talk further without your lawyer present.
The number one rule about any defense of self, whether it be your home or your person or your family, is shut the fuck up. Don't
Right.
say a fucking word. The cops are not your friends.
I think you should really take heart to that last one.
Right, sure. Everyone should.
No,
I love
just
the-
you.
I love these guys to death, but
Just you.
cops on duty are not your fucking friends, no matter how much you love them, support them.
They're doing their job.
They're doing their
not
job.
looking to be your friend. I think you're misspeaking because I don't like when people say that they're not your friends. Cops are looking out what's best for the community.
Right, they're doing their
and
job.
what they're doing their job.
wasn't a
and
hit.
at that point in time, they have limited information, so they have to go off of what is in front of them at that
You
point in
get,
time.
like, for instance, you get a call of like a guy in a yellow shirt shooting at, a guy in a black shirt. Okay, cool. I'm going to detain the guy in the yellow shirt first because he's got the one with the gun, and I'm going to be real hot against the guy in the yellow shirt, but you might be CCW holder.
Sure.
And all on the right. So that's, kind of just where we're coming from.
That wasn't a hit on cops. That was specifically to home defense.
He said fuck the
self-defense.
police.
He did.
I
He
didn't
did.
say that. Just shut
Fuck
up.
12, dude. That's what he said.
That's,
that.
I think that's something that a lot of people don't talk about.
Clip that.
Shutting the fuck up.
Let's clip that.
It's your best option.
That's your best option because anything you say
Can and will be used in a court of law.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
It's called a Miranda right.
I had a guy. Gosh darn it! What's that guy that was his Noir guy, the African American dude that
Collion Noir.
He has a really good bit on this where he talks about just even when they don't Mirandize you, there's so many ways prosecutors can get that info that you divulged.
Oh yeah, we don't have to tell the truth to you.
You can lie. They can lie. On duty cops can lie right to your face.
Yeah.
There's no charge for that.
That's not a charge. It's just
That's what I'm
it is
saying.
what
There's
it
no
is.
charge for that. You guys can say whatever you want during the interview process of a criminal victim or whoever. and
After
it's
we've
fine.
read you your rights.
Right. You could just be like, we have all the data on you. You're fucked. And for all I know, that's the fact. That's crazy. So I think that's a big thing that people don't talk about. Home defense is bigger than just defending yourself. It's what happens afterwards.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, afterwards is literally the biggest thing.
that's the biggest part.
And what most people don't realize is most people, as long as it was a self-defense thing, will get off criminally.
Sure.
Yeah.
They are 99% of the time
Civilly.
fucked civilly.
Their family's going to sue you. You took our son, a scholar,
He was a good boy.
Future earnings.
future president.
Gonna make
Went
$3
to
million.
USC.
Yeah.
It's the same song
Realize
and
he was a
dance.
shitbag.
When they say he
was
went
going to Harvard.
when they say he went to USC,
Man, he's
he
45.
showed up for the tailgate. Is
Yeah.
what they're saying.
yeah.
So
He was hanging out.
we could talk about it in our domicile state probably best. That's our knowledge. I don't know if we should probably get out of our lane and talk about other
No, I can.
states.
I mean, I'm willing to talk about.
That's your bread and butter.
It's my bread and butter as far as how I like the teachings that I do, but it's also because of being affiliated with USCC
Right.
and
I
how
think
you
you would be-
move
and
through
how
the state.
Yes, exactly.
I think that would be best not only handed off to you, I think staying in our lane on California.
Yeah, because Florida would be like,
Florida's like
they look at you wrong, brother.
Yeah, you spit on the sidewalk, you
Good
get
for
eaten
you,
by
brother.
alligator.
Someone's breaking in your house or your neighbor's house in Texas, you can fucking shoot.
yeah.
Bam!
Was that 2 ranches or 1?
There's multiple things in California. You can also do that too. There's a lot of assimilation laws here where your neighbor's in duress.
I forget which one it is, but we either do not. There's two theory. I think we're on a castle doctrine.
we are in a castle doctrine.
Because there's two different things. There's a stand your ground law,
Right.
and there's a castle doctrine. But California, what I do know, does not have a.
Stand your ground.
It's stand your ground, isn't it?
You are able to mentally draw a line in the sand when someone poses.
we do not. We are not. California citizens are not required to retreat.
No. We are able to draw a mental line in the sand when under duress, and fear for your life is the biggest one, with imminence, capability, and the capacity to, commit a crime against you, whether that be physical trauma or death or injury, great bodily injury.
I think that's physical.
You can stop. If you stop and draw a line in the sand and that threat continues to progress, that is our stand your ground law. It's not called that, but that is.
Yeah, we don't have. It's not called, but it's basically a castle doctrine.
We don't have to. We don't have to run into a building. and
Correct.
see-
Sure,
We don't have to leave.
but to comment on that further, it'd be like, I really think in today's age, in 2023, it depends on what county you're in.
I would agree.
Yeah.
If you're in Los Angeles County and you're stand your ground law,
Cancel Christmas, dude.
you better run the fuck away.
Well, the one caveat to that in California is you have to prove in court legally that you did everything in your possible power to avoid the situation.
Right.
If you cannot prove that in court, you're losing on a trial.
yeah.
It's gonna happen. You're gonna lose. especially
Los
LA.
Angeles will hem you up.
Yeah.
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 But it
San
won't-
Bernardino,
it
Orange
won't
County,
help up anyone
you're
else
good.
doing shit.
No.
Los Angeles County, you better.
But if I shit on if I shit and fuck in the middle of Hollywood Boulevard, I'm a saint.
If you fucking steal steal everything out of a Rolex fucking store,
Right.
well, California's gonna send you money.
Right.
That's
Hey, thank you for doing that. You stimulated GDP of California.
is that a Submariner?
Is that GMT 1800?
Wow, that's crazy.
Wow, dude, nice.
Boy, some
Anyways,
petrol, huh?
back to the home defense. Back to the home defense.
Home defense is it's less complicated. It's less
Sure.
convoluted.
Let's talk. We're talking about home defense weapons, right? Maybe a little bit of security. This is your girl right here for home defense, right?
Correct.
What is this?
It's simple, plain Jane, dude. It's a Remington 870.
Not accurate.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. It's
$400
Remington
bucks. Big 5 special.
The El Cheapo, dude. That's what I
Gotta
call
take
her.
that
The El
thing out of my
Cheapo, dude.
That's not cheap. It is now, but
Relatively to a lot of other shit that people.
I don't have any shotgun.
Which is crazy to me.
You get a
He uses
semi-auto
mine and then shoots my cones.
Well,
So
Tony,
That's a
is this your
different story.
cones?
touch on this specific firearm. Was it just the price, the accessibility of purchasing it? It was kind of throwaway money for you. What made you go with the shotgun? That specific one. I know why you picked the shotgun. Why that shotgun? Was it the price? What drew you to buy that?
Combination of all that, man. It's like price, the capabilities of the shotgun that it gives you. You could obviously swap out different barrels. That's what I was thinking when I bought it. I was like,
Right.
I could do different barrels, different things to it. It's cheap.
20 to 12, 12 to 20, whatever.
Yeah, and it's good in the house, man.
You're
Like,
familiar with it as well. Like,
Yeah, that's the
diving
same-
your training is there.
Yeah.
You've
So-
got training on it.
That's another reason why I bought the
Plenty of
Remington.
training.
That's what we got. The fucking 870. That's what we use. So I'm already used to it. It's basically why I bought it, man. It works good.
Where'd you get it from? Turner's, Big Five. What are we talking? Walmart.
This was actually a gift from my girl for Father's Day.
Nice.
Yeah,
This year.
That's a solid gift.
Last year.
Did it come with the
Couple
sling?
years ago?
a year ago. Not
That's
this
solid.
That's a solid gift.
That's cool.
year. Yeah, so I just ended up just adding the little light on there, and then a red dot. And that was pretty much it, man.
Easy
Little
enough.
side,
Little G2 light.
side saddle right here.
So let's kind of dig in a little bit. Obviously, shotguns are simple. They're smoothbore firearms. What are you running in this as far as ammunition for home defense? Are you using birdshot, buckshot?
Buckshot, yeah.
I see a lot of people make the mistake. Personally, me, I did when I was younger. I would just take the Walmart birdshot we would use in Yuma to hunt dove, and I was like, oh, I'd load it and be like, that's my home defense.
I mean, here's the thing.
That's
It technically is acceptable if you're in a range of this close.
this close, and you don't have any.
If you put birdshot into someone this close, it will do
fuck
some
'em up,
serious
yeah.
damage. If you don't believe me, next time you're at the
Yeah,
range, fucking
no.
point the gun at the ground 5 feet in front of you and see what it does to the
I
ground.
saw what Dick Cheney did to what's his face.
It will
survived.
do.
He
it-
survived,
Survived,
but it fucked him up.
Yeah.
He'll
Fine.
stop doing what he was doing,
You stop.
and that's essentially what you want, right?
You're
in home
looking to
defense.
stop.
You're not necessarily looking to kill someone. You need this event to stop.
Stop the threat.
Stop the
kill-
threat.
the death is an after effect of
Yeah.
what you
It's
decide.
a side effect of home defense.
So you got
Not your goal.
buckshot.
Buckshot.
Any slugs? Nothing. It's
No.
all buckshot.
Because you got to
select
think about
slug, huh?
the over penetration thing.
Right, that's the
Slug
biggest-
Go through my fucking front door.
You'll
all
kill
way to
the
my neighbor's
dog, the
house.
neighbor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dump
So
the
1 ounce
fish
out.
tank.
You know the statistics on the buckshot and how many drywalls it'll go through?
He doesn't.
I got to rewatch the Grand
The slow mo guys,
You know.
the slow mo
it's like
guys,
9.
it's 9. Slow mo guys did it. There's a good video on.
Yeah,
it.
it's like 9 drywall sheets.
9 from 15 feet. So
Yeah.
it's
That's the reason why it's sometimes people will argue it, maybe in the comments. Sometimes it is good to use birdshot.
right until you hit a stud or a metal door
So-
or solid. A lot of people use those facade front doors too. Have you seen that? The hollow front
Mm-hmm.
doors for some reason. That's okay, but like a front door, like most of us have, we've solid.
Should be,
doors.
everyone should have a solid,
Solid
front
wood.
I'd rather shred my neighbor up than fucking use birdshot. That's just me personally.
I would.
I
I'm not
agree with
saying
you.
you're
I
wrong.
kiss my ass.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying this is something. If you're going to use a shotgun, these are things to be aware of or think about.
What's,
Yeah.
what's super cool, I feel like a lot of people don't think about when it comes to home defense or just self defense in general, everything's an escalation of force, right? Just you brandishing this in your home could end that scenario right there.
Hold on. You're using the word brandish.
You pulling this out in your home in a self defense situation, right? Castle doctrine. You pulling this out could just de escalate the whole thing. It's
all about articulation, man.
How you use this does not necessarily have to be in a lethal capacity, right? You could just
Yeah.
possess
Like,
this and scare the
take
fucking
like
piss out of
our
that.
situation, for instance. Like we have children. Like, dude, I'm afraid that he's gonna break into my fucking son's room and
Yeah.
like hurt my child.
Yeah.
So
But this just you having this with your stature and your size could scare the fuck out of a criminal or perp, and you're done right there.
Well, imagine all the times we've taken it out of the car, right? And we just, and how many times, some
dudes are
crackhead
like,
or just,
"Whoa."
they're like, oh, they're not scared of the handgun. They're scared of they just hear the noise.
they know that's it's like
And they
synonymous
drop on
with,
the
I'm gonna
ground.
get fucked up.
Well, see,
Exactly.
Here's the thing. I get what you're saying. I do have a big problem though with people saying like, I've heard this in so many gun stores, and I fucking hate it. They, fucking little miss is going over to buy a gun. She's like, I need some for home defense. I'm a little afraid now. What you need here, Missy, is a 12 gauge shotgun.
Get spread.
You
Get
go ahead.
spread.
You go ahead and
Get
pull.
spread.
You go just point and shoot. That's all you need to do. All you need to do is rack that shotgun, and it'll scare them away. It's like, that's not always the case.
Not always.
Because what you're really doing is going, hey, I'm in this location,
Right.
and I have a gun. You also know it's a shotgun.
Right.
That's what you just told them.
Because not all criminals are meth heads.
I
Some
agree
of them
with
are
that.
calculated.
But what he's talking about is the condition we have to keep our
100%.
shotgun in.
No, you
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
have to keep it in a condition 3 setup. I completely
Patrol ready.
Patrol ready, brother.
I completely understand it. And for you guys, like, but it's like
Doesn't
you
always
also have
work.
to think about
That's
it.
because of the bump.
Yeah, of course, and I totally get it, and I think, and I'm not saying what you guys are doing is wrong. What
Right,
I'm
right.
saying is you also have to look at this statute that you guys are in. You guys are showing up in uniform with a shotgun, right? Like you guys are in a uniform, you already command authority. Racking it shows I'm no longer fucking around.
Right. That's true. Yeah.
Right?
True.
I'm here as an authority, and guess what? I'm not fucking around.
Yeah. As opposed to someone breaks into the fucking house, he goes, I hope I'm an authority to you right now.
Yeah.
But you now know I have a fucking gun on me.
Right.
And if I have a gun, it's like, well, I was willing to break into this house and I brought a gun with me to potentially do what I need to. So I'm just going to start fucking shooting.
Right.
Good.
So you have to think of that both sides. It's a double-edged sword doing what you're talking about.
No, I agree with you, and that's why I keep it with one in the fucking chamber.
Absolutely.
Just for capacity.
Yeah.
Already?
These things don't have fucking huge capacity on them.
No,
What I got?
and
8
I
rounds.
think it's 6 plus
6
1.
plus 1 plus
Yeah.
the fucking whatever 6 I got on the side saddle. That's it.
But you should only need what's in that fucking tube if someone comes in here.
Yeah, God forbid you're fucking 12 rounds deep in a goddamn.
I still come.
fucking need to remodel my
And
house.
still hadn't
dude.
hit anything.
Yeah, you got an open floor
Need a new
plan.
kitchen, dude.
Yeah,
Fuck
you got
Progressives, you're on the phone with them the next day. I need a new kitchen.
yeah. You
New
have an open,
backsplash.
you create an open floor plan with this fucking thing for
Hell
sure.
yeah.
Dude.
It might
All right.
work.
So you're a big fan of the shotgun, and I was for a very long time. Phil, let's move on to you. Phil, what's your
When I bought that Mossberg, the little Sailor Jerry one, had that for a while, and I've just moved completely to the AR because I've figured if someone's dumb enough to break in my house, right? I'm not some Navy SEAL. We're shooting it out.
Yeah.
That's it. We've had multiple in my area. We've had multiple specifically to my residence, a couple different things, whether it be burglaries of the house, garage, or motor vehicles parked out front. And dumber, younger me, this is all kind of over and done with. When I was in high school, my garage was robbed, and we kind of went outside of the castle doctrine. We're kind of strapped outside. That's a no-no. You obviously should never do that. But thinking about it, it's like outside, this is good for what? 40 yards? If you're lucky.
Depends.
Depends, right? You can't
Load,
don't sell the
rounds.
shit. Yeah, you can't. It all depends. A lot of factors. That kind of like changed my thought behind it with personal experience of that kind of stuff. And so I just stick to the rifle. I'm 223, 5.56 guy.
But then you got to think it out too. Like that travels a lot further.
You're gonna flip the fish tank in your neighbor's house.
Well, no,
You do
that's
it
not
right.
accurate.
Depends on the round.
I'm
obviously.
saying-
Yeah, it depends on the round. But what do you have?
So yeah, that's definitely the question. What ammo are you
Green
using?
tip, brother.
No, I don't use that. I'm using just normal ball.
Armor piercing red tip.
Just ball
Because-
ammo.
because so-
frangible ball ammo.
I think it's Hornady, but there's definitely a couple other companies that sell like defensive
It's steel,
223 that is designed to when it hits, whether it's a wall or a person, that it basically it's like a handgun or nine gun.
it's frangible.
It's basically frangible. So
It's
it
what it
will.
is.
Yeah. So it has very very little risk of over penetration.
To be honest, I'll speak on that. I don't like the frangible hollow tip round because if I hear somebody, being some dumbass on my wall, I'm going to light that wall up.
Yeah.
I'm not waiting for him to come to the door.
that's right.
That's on and cracking. I don't want my rounds, and we've seen this in
But it
law
doesn't have to be
enforcement.
frangible.
Just like Saving
they
Private
have-
Ryan,
They
dude.
have other.
Right. Yeah.
They have they have other ammos
Fucking up 'em.
that's not frangible. That is
Right.
still not because they put less powder, so it's not as fast. Like right, it doesn't shoot as fast, and then they make it like a hollow point type of setup, or where and the hollow point for a 223 is
tiny.
tiny.
But it still makes some fucking impact, right? So like we've seen it in officer involved shooting.
Of course.
where they have an AR, it's frangible, but it fucking hits that windshield or it hits the door and it's just all fucked up. And they're like, oh, they shot 30 times and they only hit him twice. Well, yeah, because the fucking round's exploding every time it hits a fucking
not
napkin.
penetrating.
Yeah.
It's not penetrating.
So I've obviously evolved. I've gone from shotguns to rifle, back to shotgun, then eventually back to rifle. I even evolved from I've loaded the first 5 rounds like an idiot as a frangible round from Walmart back in the day. And I learned that's retarded. And then I kept like now I'm keeping like a magazine of frangible rounds on my nightstand.
So you're literally running frangible. I've never
bought-
once ran frangible.
We got them. We got probably
Okay.
X amount of rounds. I'd say 500 or more at the house. It's just something we used back in the day before everything was so dumb with prices. When we were kids, my dad would always buy that.
Yeah.
So now I just keep a magazine with it.
Okay.
But I have ball ammo loaded in my rifle at home. So really, it's kind of like useless.
I mean, to be fair, it also like 223 is known to tumble. So
Right.
when it hits
Transonic.
something, it will tumble,
Right.
which will slow it down exponentially.
and I have a 19 late 70s build in my home on the concrete. It's not 16-inch framing. It's more like 14 to 11 inches of framing. So there's a lot of studs in our house. So it's really like, it's not you gotta get pretty unlucky to send something to your neighbor. In my neighborhood, at least, the older tracks. So I just keep rifle because it's like, dude, if you're gonna go. That's kind of my take.
If you're
on
gonna
it.
pull
If
it
you're
out,
gonna
like,
go.
and everyone knows you're gonna be way more accurate with the rifle anyway.
Right, it's a point shoot kind of.
You're gonna be because you
modality.
have 5 points of contact.
Right. It's a two-handed weapon, which I mean, this is too, but like handguns, I always thought about it. And this is something you guys can speak to. When you get that tunnel vision and that like adrenaline dump, that a one-handed weapon or pistol, I feel like if you could speak to this more than me and you as well as police officers, like I feel like if you got a two-handed rifle, you're probably going to perform better on accident than you will with a handgun.
Yeah.
If you're in a stressful situation.
Yeah. I think anyone.
So I've never had a handgun as self-defense at home. For home defense, it's always been a two-handed shotgun or a rifle. That's what I'm on. I'm currently fielding a rifle for it because if we're gonna go, we're all dying.
I don't disagree with
Taking you with me.
Don't disagree with the rifle. Dude.
Yeah.
All right.
Rifle's good.
That's just how it's gonna go.
Jay, where you at?
I'm at a handgun.
Oh boy.
Well, you're a sniper.
We know
you and
got
Tony are
staccato,
snipers.
dude.
Actually, no, the Staccato's in the safe. I mean, yeah, I should put it. My nightstand home defense gun is a Smith & Wesson M&P 5-inch with the turbo.
Fuck that 5-inch.
With a red dot. But reason being because it's loaded with duty ammo, hollow point, which is what we have to carry concealed too, right? So it's like, if I do get into shooting, I don't want the fucking department to be like, oh, you had some fucking ballpoint ammo or some crazy ammo that we are not going to cover.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I'm just
USCC.
So you're checking all your boxes in this.
checking all my boxes. And I'm pretty surgical with that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to
Tony-
fuck around, you're going to find out. But
Tony
it's
and
not
your
like I'm fucking grabbing this nightstand gun and I'm, clearing my house room by room. It's like,
You're barricaded.
hey, I'm staying in this room. This guy comes to the door, then it's on and cracking. One, he's got to get through my first defense, the alarm. Second defense, my dog. God bless him. And then
Good fucking luck.
The third defense is me. It's like, at that point, 911's
You're gonna
been on
wish you're dead. Yeah.
Yeah, 911's already on the phone. They're already on their way. It's like, my PD's great. They're going to be there in about 30 seconds. They're
luckily-
jonesing for some shit like that
Oh,
at
yeah.
that point, So for me personally, I'm just going to sit there with my, handgun and just, he comes in the bedroom door, then it's over for him.
It's on, dude.
I don't have the reason because I like to keep my handgun concealed in my room. I don't want, if I was a single dude and I just keep my rifle out there where I don't have people coming over. Yeah, I did. And I kept it next to my nightstand.
Yeah.
Locked and cocked and ready to go. I had my AR next to me back in the day, but now it's just like, oh, let me keep this thing tucked away.
Yeah, I mean, you have
You get your dog running around the house. You don't know.
Well, he also have kids coming over.
Kids
Like he
coming
has friends who
over.
has kids. People coming over. Like
You gotta be
other random
cognizant.
people. Yeah, you just gotta be aware of it.
Yeah, like if somebody's coming over, they got kids. I'm like, well, I'm not gonna have this thing sitting out there.
No.
He's gonna grab it. It's like
Rightfully so.
Fucking Super Mario Brothers. He thinks he's gonna start going to town. No, so it's a little more tucked away. I could grab it at any time. And again, we're not in Europe where every wall's made out of concrete.
Yeah.
I could shoot through this wall, fucking, and just stitch it up. Like,
Yeah.
but I won't until he's there. If I hear my dog scream, then it's pretty much over. I probably would storm the fucking hallway at that point.
Yeah.
But yeah, my home defense is a handgun with duty rounds from work. That way I'm covered and they don't have to be like, oh, you tried to kill my
Something out of policy.
victim
Yeah.
more exponentially.
Yeah.
than you
And that's another thing too. Your attachments do matter, especially in California. When it comes to a civil case, they'll bring that up. Oh, you had trigger
hell yeah,
work. You had a red dot. You wanted to commit this justified homicide. You were looking for this.
Yes, I was.
This
I
action.
couldn't.
You got
I couldn't
Trump
have been.
2024 on your fucking ejection
You're fucked.
case.
I
You're
could
done.
not be happier to
Here,
have this
they
guy
sent the
break into
email
my
about
house.
that,
Right.
You're
too.
100% correct.
Yeah, you've got a Punisher skull on the back of your
Yeah.
Glock right there.
You're over.
You're
Why
done.
I
Oh
keep
yeah,
it plain
it's
Jane,
all
dude.
those things. All those things will come into play.
So far we got shotgun, rifle, handgun, right? Tony, what are you fielding for that home defense, that nightmare situation?
brother.
And it is
These fucking hands, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
I'm gonna fold you like a pretzel, bitch.
I'm a purple belt.
Before you answer, I'm glad we saved you for last because I feel
Brother.
like you're gonna such a fucking stupid answer for this. It's my black belt. That's my home defense. What,
These two
What are
fucking
you
hands.
fielding in that nightmare
See
situation?
these fucking mitts.
I love it.
No, I've thought about this many times.
I bet.
I have a corner safe in my room that carries a shotgun in there with buckshot ready to go. Next to my nightstand, I have my M&P. In my another place near me, I have a very nice airweight that I was gifted to me.
Beautiful.
Beautiful gun. ready to go.
Never
for that one as
fails.
well. Never
Revolver.
fails.
You can throw the shells in the trash.
1850.
Downstairs, I have a couple other things set up down there ready to go just in case.
Holy shit, it's
in
Jason Bourne.
And in the garage, I also have another.
You're chasing this man out of your house. You're not even at this point. You're like chasing him.
I just shoot, drop a gun, grab
Yeah,
the next
grab
one, and
another
just keep going.
It's like a pirate.
So
It's gonna
for
look like
me,
the
what it
Hitman.
is like I've thought about like because I've been so I wouldn't say that I have like a lot of crime in my area, but there's enough to where like just recently down the street from my house, someone was killed in their driveway by someone.
Right.
Like, yeah, 2 a.m. Some dude just fucking
Disgusting.
Just walked. Dude was in his car. They walked up to his car and they fucking dumped him. Got back in the car and drove away.
Drove away.
So like shit fucking happens wild. So for me, the way I look at it is like I have enough guns and enough safes and enough ways to be able to protect things to where like I have things strategically placed around the house. So if I'm in the kitchen, I'm in the living room, I'm in my garage, I'm upstairs. Like if some door starts getting pounded on because when I like once again it sounds dumb, but like when the first 6 months in the house I'm living in right now, the neighbor across the street, some random guy was like beating on their door and like trying to kick it in. Just
Yeah,
like,
there's crazy.
there's just crazy fucking people, and it's like you don't know where I
they're in a
don't know where
simulation.
I'm going to
Someone's trying
be.
to sell a magazine subscription at 2 a.m. Guess what?
Yeah, so it's like for me, like I have quite a thing. So I do have I have a shotgun upstairs, I have a pistol upstairs, I also have my rifle ready.
So what is your go-to?
My go-to will be a pistol.
Pistol.
Yeah, it will be a pistol.
And I'll reiterate the reason for my pistols because I train on it the most.
Right.
Like that is, I know I'm good with this.
Yeah.
I know how it functions.
And
I
I'm
know
the same
everything.
way. I train a pistol minimum once a week. Minimum every week. It's
Yeah,
200
that's a
rounds.
good thought. I never thought
like
of
I
that.
train a shit ton of my pistol.
Sure.
I know that like from a concealed position, like on the range, obviously it's a controlled environment, but like in my best of days, like I can get my first shot off in less than a second.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. I've
So in
seen
my
it.
worst of days, like it's probably gonna
Oh no, 2 seconds.
Yeah.
but it's like I have these opportunities. So like, and I know I'm very comfortable with how I run a pistol. Very
Bring
very
that fucking gun up to your eyes. You know where
I
the
know
dot's
what's gonna be.
You know
Yeah.
where it's gonna be 100%.
100% of the time, I know where that dot's gonna be.
Yeah.
And if I'm off, it's because I was off. I'm like, if I wanted to hit here, like
Yeah.
I was aiming like right here.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like that's how off I am with my
You
gun.
get a
Like,
good continuity.
very very good with it because I'm on gun a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, pistol is my go-to 100%.
That's my.
Good.
But I do
process.
have a shotgun set up, and that's mainly for like Michelle. I have I have my rifle set up in case whatever fucking things happen, and I'm also that asshole that has other tools available
Yeah,
too.
sure.
Yeah, you got to have like a tertiary. All right, shit, I just wasted 20 rounds.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I need another gun. Well, you got that other gun
Yeah,
set up.
I have another gun, or it's like even little things of hey, like I don't want to shoot you. Here's a flashbang.
Sure. Yeah.
Sure. Little thermal
But it's like I have all those different pieces available to me.
Sure.
Like, and is it overkill? Like, yeah, I'll be the first to tell you it's overkill.
it's better to
But
have
I also,
it, not need it.
but
than need
I'm
not
also,
have it.
I'm also not going to be the guy who gets caught with his pants down.
No.
Yeah,
what?
you
because I like to poop at the door.
Yeah.
Oh,
No
we've
shit.
seen like a lot of like home burglaries or invasions, right? They make entry, then they're met with some resistance, and then they run. It's
Yeah.
like they were expecting no resistance at all.
Yeah, 100%.
Like you're a fucking.
Yeah, they're just gonna
I don't
run
know.
through your shit.
And what you've
Yeah.
also see with criminals is like that saying is like if there's one, there's two, there's two, there's four, there's
Yeah.
four,
Yeah,
there's more, right?
One
Like,
is none.
yeah, like there's like we've seen so many different videos of like guys like walking up, knocking the door, it's like, oh yeah, we're here for this,
They
and all of a
rush
sudden
them.
like 3 more guys come from around the corner,
Yep.
like rush the door,
Yeah.
because they know their strength in numbers. It's like, well, like, yeah, my number's fucking 9 mil and 357 upstairs.
I got 30 numbers for you, pal. Open up.
Yeah. So it's like that's for me, like that's why I'm really like I make sure to have stuff kind of around the house strategically
yeah.
for that simple reason. Is like it's not like the unfortunate part, especially for me working from home. Like I work from home, so like I'm home all day long.
You could be anywhere in the house.
Yeah, I may be on the end a lot of these, especially regular burglaries, usually happen in the middle of the day because
Yeah, 'cause
people
they-
are
no
gone.
one's home.
People are at work.
Yeah, they think.
So
Quote, unquote.
Yeah, so it's like that's how it is for me. So like I think I'm a little bit different, but 100% my go-to
not
is
wrong.
a pistol, and I have multiple of them laying around.
Yeah.
Not laying around, but
There's multiple ways
secured, ready to go.
Stashed.
There's multiple ways to skin this cat on this topic, and none of them are wrong. A gun is a gun. It's just how willing are you to go to war for?
Very
what you
willing.
got? Very willing.
Very willing.
I think majority of America is very willing. I think.
So at the end of the day, shotgun, rifle, pistol.
right.
That's
That's
it.
where it's at.
Can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong.
Would you change it, you guys? Would you guys, if you like hear what we talked about, or like
That's an interesting.
would you guys ever change it?
That's an interesting question. And seeing my reaction to a high stress situation, I don't think I would. I don't trust myself.
That's fine.
I don't trust myself.
Yeah, that's okay to not change it.
Having a hard time handling a two-handed weapon in a high stress situation, I could see. Well, if I have a hard time with that, I'm probably gonna have a harder time with a handgun.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
You know, so I kind of
Chris,
just stick to.
I mean,
the
you. I
basics.
mean, once again, like think about you. You like you probably use a shotgun a lot on duty, but you also carry, your handgun everywhere you go.
Yeah. Well, I had the same thought as you. That's why I use the same buckshot, like the Federal. It's the exact same ammo.
Yeah.
Same gun. It's like
So it's the same exact. It's almost,
technically certified. To use the gun,
yeah,
but fuck it, let's use
your
that shit.
policy proven kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's plain Jane, and like you throw that in the court. Oh fuck. Like it doesn't look all evil like the fucking liberals were thinking.
If I had a shotgun and someone was like knocking at my door, I made my way to the front door. There's some crackhead at my door banging at 3 a.m. Yeah, if I had a shotgun, I would grab a shotgun versus a handgun. If I had like that time to get
get
to
what you
wherever
need
I
to.
need to get to
Yeah.
a better weapon, yeah, I'll grab it. But I'm talking like for me, from the nightstand, it's a handgun. It's like right then and there kind of deal.
makes
That's
sense.
just me.
so it's good.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I think that's it. Yeah, Chris, take us out.
All right, guys. So thanks for watching. If you made it this far, fucking Jay's gonna give you a glass. So
You get Chris's glass.
Yeah, Chris's glass.
Chris will send you his glass.
Chris will send you a glass.
yeah.
If you made it this far, comment. Chris will send you his glass.
Like,
with
subscribe.
whiskey.
Comment Chris's glass.
Buffalo Trace.
Buffalo Trace, cheap as fuck, but delicious.
Is it? I thought it was expensive.
Oh, $25.
$25 at Vaughn's.
If you made it this far, comment. Chris will send you Buffalo Trace
Oh.
all day.
Nice.
with his glass.
with his glass.
All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
See ya.